Do it right now. Welcome to the second hour, everybody. My name's Rick. Thanks. This is the kinder, gentler me. People think I'm a new host or something because I'm just so nice. I'm not my usual loud, obnoxious self. Do you like it, Mike? Yeah, I think it's going well. Let's move on to this, the Mint ground cover. First of all, let's start at the end. Ground cover.
Yeah.
Why is ground cover an important choice?
Well, because as you can see right here, the ground cover mint in the very front of the garden is replacing the need for mulch in your shadier areas of the garden. Typically along your walkways, along your borders, and your flower beds, we're using mulch every single spring. Well, this Corsican mint is going to save you time and it's going to save you money in your shady gardens by replacing that mulch. And as it does so, it creates this thick, evergreen layer of minty foliage that will smother out the weeds during the process.
It looks beautiful. And by the way,
beautiful.
And it's, when you said shade friendly?
Exactly.
That is just money right there, right?
It is. You know, you remember the time?
I do.
The time was
T-H-Y-M-E, yes.
Exactly. That was our ground cover for the sun that can handle the foot traffic. This is a ground cover for the shade that handles the foot traffic. So you can walk on this and it's still going to look good.
Let me give you the update. Welcome to our second hour. There's $2,800 for the season on this. $2,800 for the season. It's the first day ever at this sale price. It's never been this price, and it's now limited. Relatively speaking, 1,000 of you are shopping for this show. Very popular show. It's Roberta's, and it's called the Corsican Mint.
Yes, Corsican Mint. Now, this is a winter hardy ground cover that you replace the mulch in your shadier areas of the garden. So if you're typically, you know, I was just talking to my friend earlier. He's like, I just did 4 yards of mulch yesterday. Well, why not get a few of these collections and you replace the need for mulch?
There you see the 6.
Now,
look at they're incredibly dense. Like, you didn't even see that there's 6 here. It looks like one big one, right? One big tray.
Rick, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
To do some simple math? You're getting 6 plants.
6.
What does one of these plants cost?
Well, 6 and 4 would be 24.
So $4 each.
It's $4. And when this guy for $4 becomes how much ground cover?
Well, so this is going to grow into this after a month.
No way.
Yes, but then a month later it will double in size. So each one of these 6 plants will cover up to 24 inches around. So this is honestly the one of the best ground covers it is to cover a lot of space quickly. That's why I really recommend getting a few of these collections and really replace the need for mulches altogether.
This is not sometimes in January we start with faux plants.
Yeah,
because
these
they're
are
not
real.
These are there, guys. Look at that.
This is real.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is real. That is dense. That is ground cover. And by ground cover, I mean it looks beautiful. How long does it keep its greenery?
All year round.
All year round.
Evergreen. And did you smell it?
How much? Yeah.
Smell it.
This is not minty. Like, you don't use this as like you do lavender.
Actually, in Corsica, you add this to your simple syrup with that lavender, you got a minty lavender old fashioned now. In the areas where this is native to Corsica, this is wild. This is always used in their cooking.
2,600 remaining. This is so cookable, ground coverable, shadeable. And big story.
Exactly, and it's going to reduce the need for mulches. It's going to smother out the weeds in your shady areas, and you can see it in between those stepping stones, Rick. So if you walk on it, it doesn't matter. Other ground covers, they can't handle that foot traffic in the shade.
I love how because it's going to grow around and get larger. And again, this is going to be obviously a perennial, which means it's staying and it's all year round going to be this color. There's no bloom time. It's an evergreen blooming.
Well, it will bloom those beautiful lilac, lavender sort of flowers in the summertime, and then the rest of the year it is that rich green.
So how tall will it get with the flowers?
With the flowers, I mean, it's like maybe 2 inches tall.
Got it.
It's a very thick, dense, matte growing plant.
The smell is there. The fragrance is there as well.
It is, and that makes it very deer resistant, rabbit resistant, squirrel resistant, because they don't like the smell of mints. But at the same time, Rick, it's safe for your pets. It's safe for your kids.
2,400 remaining, and it's going to be gone. Safe for pets, people buying more than one. So this 6-piece set, again, for $4 a piece, 6 and 4 would be 24, right? So one of these guys, that you just picked out, will be this guy in no
about
time
a month.
whatsoever.
Each one of these will grow around 24 inches around.
So if you are doing a real ground cover, let's just play for a second. Let's just play for a second. If I'm doing Well, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's
How
only, like-
far apart would you plant
I would
6 of these?
space them about. I would space them about 18 inches apart.
18 inches.
Yeah,
That's
and they
close
will grow,
to 2
Yeah, and they
feet
will grow
apart.
into one another. Now, Rick, do you want to
That's
go?
wild.
Do you guys, in case you guys missed it earlier with these azaleas, will you grab that coral bell? Grab one of these mints. Let's show you guys how we're going to use these plants in the garden beds.
Okay.
So we're going into our shady gardens. Now we
goes up
have.
here?
Yep, just like that. We have our reblooming azaleas. Oh, there goes a rock. We have our reblooming azaleas in the back. They get about 3 feet tall. Then we have our coral bells just in front of them.
Yeah, that,
These
I get it.
about 18 inches tall. And then we have our Corsican mint in front of those. Now, this is going to be at the very front of the garden beds. It's going to be along your walkways.
Sure.
Because it can handle the foot traffic.
Sure.
Typically, Rick, what do you put in between your coral bells and in front of your azaleas? Mulch, right?
I was going to totally say that because I just no. I would not put mulch now here. I would put this ground cover.
Exactly. So instead of putting mulch in front of your plants, put these ground covers instead, and then you'll never have to worry about the mulch at all ever again.
Fewer than 2,000 go around. This does not pay for itself in mulch alone.
How
Please,
much is that mulch bill
give me a
this
break.
year? Don't even, I do
$4.
not dare you to call the mulch guys this year because you'll find the mulch bills have really skyrocketed.
This is with the rock.
Yeah, you see, you can just plant them in between those rocks and they will just gently, grow around the rocks nice and easily. They're not going to cover the rocks.
Right.
They can handle the foot traffic. So if you're walking, along these stepping stones to wherever and you step on the plant material, it doesn't matter because it can handle the foot traffic. Other ground covers don't handle the foot traffic.
It's
and
great.
this is for the shade. I want to make sure you guys know.
But
this is-
2,500 remaining. So let's just pull back, get back to basics. Fewer than 2,000. If you have a shady area, if you have a mulchable area, you want to, a lot of people back in Minnesota, you know what we do because it's so cold. People will also buy rock. It costs a fortune to get small white rocks and things. My grandma used to do that.
Oh yeah, it's super expensive.
It's super expensive.
And it's not nearly as
beautiful
as the Corsican mint.
Couldn't agree more. Corsican mint. So we're seeing a lot of green. You will get flowers. How long is the flower life in a season?
The flowers will last about a month every summer.
But
I would say around June to July.
But this will not go away.
And you see
that green is
you
going to
can-
stay there.
You can do this all day. Your kids can run over it. Your dogs can run through it. You can ride a bike over it, and it can handle that foot traffic.
That's just wonderful.
In the shadier areas of the garden.
1,700. So this guy right here, that's $23.98.
That's a huge value.
That's
I just cannot
$4.
express. This is
If I didn't get it from Roberta's, how would I buy this?
You won't
When I go
find-
to a trail, I
No,
wouldn't even.
the only other way that you would find the Corsican mint would be, to source seeds from far away, and then you'd have to figure out how to germinate them, and it would take years to get to where we are with our Corsican mint.
Now let's come back to next year. Is it called a perennial? Again, I love that. I love just kind of making it simple.
Exactly.
Simple. What do I do? It comes back next year.
Yep, exactly.
Boom. I put it in the shade or the sun.
A half day of sun at most.
Got it.
If you have a lot of sun, we have other ground covers you can find on QVC.com.
What about around a small tree?
Beautiful.
Like I've got a tree in the front yard or the backyard, and a lot of times people mulch around that. Because doesn't this hold moisture in too?
Exactly. So this will act like a living mulch. So I actually have
It's
a
a
small,
living mulch.
I have a small
Ooh,
Japanese
that's a good
maple.
term.
It is. Yeah, I have a small Japanese.
We have a Japanese maple.
Plant this underneath that Japanese maple.
Brilliant.
And then it will actually illuminate the area underneath your Japanese maple, as opposed to, you look under those trees and it can be quite dark because it's all shaded. Plant this underneath and you've really just elevated the energy of those areas of the garden. And it looks beautiful and well kept all year round.
It's like a living mulch.
It is.
Notice how I just took credit for coming up with that, even though you just came up with it. This is the guarantee. Here's the guarantee in a second hour. About 1,000 remaining. That's great. We might see that again. What does that guarantee mean?
We want to make sure you're happy. When you're happy, so are we. So we're going to assure your satisfaction for perennials like this Corsican Mint for 1 year, annuals and tropicals for 90 days from the time of shipment. So for any reason, just give us a call.
Great, like really great. The lavender, great item.
Yeah,
the African tree, the desert rose tree, fantastic item. Still to come, this guy right over there, which is our tidy, which is called